Hello, I'm Paul. Today, to get ready for St. Patrick's Day, we're gonna make some Guinness and corned beef sausage. I have here corned beef that I got at local Publix. Got some cabbage and carrots steaming in the pan behind me. They'll all get mixed together with some other spices, and then once it's done, we'll be stuffing it in some hog casings. Okay, now that we got this rinsed off and patted dry and the floor cleaned, I'm going to cut some of this fat off. I want to leave some of it here, but this is a lot, and I really don't need that much. All right, I think that's good. Now we're going to cut it into strips. Make sure they fit down in the hole. And I didn't trim that much fat off. This is the junk that I trimmed off here that's not going to do anybody any good. So, get rid of that. Good thing tomorrow's garbage day. We're going to start grinding. I've got a medium coarse disc inside, and then I'll add the carrots and the steamed cabbage and a few more spices, and then I'll run it through a fine grind, and then we should be ready to work on our hog casings. All right, there we go, first grind. Now, this is the cabbage and finely chopped carrots that I did earlier. They're still a little warm, but it'll be all right. Okay. Give it a little mix to try to make sure that get the cabbage and carrots all the way through. To this, I'm going to add about half a teaspoon mustard seed. Actually, that's all I got left. I'm going to stick in, because I don't have a lot, I'm going to stick in the seed packet. and about a tablespoon of ground mustard powder. One more mix. And then we'll go to a finer dye. Yep. Okay, now we're back after the large dye got away from me and we just got done cleaning the floor up again. Now I'm going with the finer cut. Then we're ready to do fine grind. You see how it's a lot finer coming out? It's going to go real nice when you start stuffing these casings. You get a better consistency, better texture. The advantage of having the vegetables and spices in, you get a better flavor. Okay, one trick that I learned a long time ago, when you got all your meat down through, go ahead and run some bread through. That'll help push the rest of the meat out.
How do you know when to stop?
And you can start to see the bread come out. That little bit's not gonna hurt. So now we're good. All right, what we're gonna do now is to give it one more little mix. And about 4 ounces of Guinness. That look good. And we mix. Just give it a little while. So it's all nice and incorporated. All right, now all we need is to go through and clean the casings. Let them soak overnight, preferably. That way it'll pull any salt out. And then we'll just put them in some warm water for about 10 minutes to apply them up and put them on the stuffing machine. All right, now we're at the fun part of this operation. I'm going to use natural casings, hog casings. This is an LEM product. They also have some synthetic casings that I've tried before and they didn't really turn out very good. I wasn't happy with them. I got this particular bag at Sportsman World on 27. This is a 32 to 35 millimeter casing. It's like for bratwurst. They have a smaller size casing if you're gonna do like breakfast sausage or smaller hot dogs. It's in salt water. It's a non-iodized salt, which I didn't realize, but I ordered some and I had some here anyways. But these casings kept in the refrigerator will last indefinitely. And there's enough casings in here to do 30 pounds of meat. I don't understand that. It says it's gonna take 2.5 to 3 pounds or 3 feet of the casing to do 1 pound of meat. So I got some out, which wasn't pretty, but now I've got to rinse them all. And that's done in the sink. And I got to try to get water to flow through them because they've been in salt for so long. We need to get that out or the product is just going to be very salty.
Do you have to get the poop stains out?
and check for brown spots. Okay, got the casings rinsed them out twice. Now I'm gonna soak them overnight. They say anywhere from 2 to 8 hours, but I'm gonna do overnight. The last time we did them, I did not leave them soaking overnight, and it was not a real pleasant experience trying to work with them or actually eat them. So I'll change the water a couple times, and then tomorrow we'll put them in warm water. Let them warm up a little bit, thread them on the stuffer, and we'll be making sausage. So we'll see you in the morning. Hey, welcome back. Yesterday after we shut down, we did a little taste test before we started casing it. Probably should have soaked that corned beef for an hour or two. It ended up the meat was just a little salty. So what we did, we just added a couple big tablespoons of brown sugar and let it sit for an hour or two, and then tried it again, and it really came out a lot better. So live and learn. This is my stuffer. It's a Kitchener. It has 3 different tubes. We're doing the sausage size. You can do hot dogs, breakfast sausage. These are the collagen that LEM also makes, the fake ones that I didn't realize I had so many of them. I won't use them again anyways, but we'll use the good stuff. I like this stuffer. I have one that goes on my mixer, but it's harder to control the flow. I guess if I did this daily, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but I don't. So I put some oil on the O-ring. This is I can put 5 pounds of meat in here. And I've also put a little oil on the tube. And fortunately, I started the casings. Otherwise, that would have been 10 minutes of video nobody really wanted to see. So now we're just gonna go ahead and try to feed this on. All right, now we need to tie a knot in the end. Okay, now I need a toothpick just to poke a little hole in the end to let the air out. Okay, now we've got our meat. It's been in the fridge overnight. Something we just did off camera because we were having problems getting that casing on. We poured some oil down the tube and let it run through the casing, which made it a lot easier going in.
And now what are we doing?
Loading the stuffer up and trying to get it so we keep any air pockets out. You can see it moving a little bit as I'm pushing it down. The plunger also has an air vent, so when we start going down, it's going to let the air come out of the top. Okay, I can start to feel it a little bit. We're getting some air coming. And you can see we got some sausage coming out. Well, we got an air pocket, so I'm just poking a hole in it. There we go, let the air out. Want to kind of keep it even length, even thickness. keep it rolling on out. Yeah, I'm getting a little too full here. The casing's not pulling off as fast as it should be. I'm just trying to work it back. Try to keep it all the same, like a bratwurst size. And then once we get it all cased, then I'll start twisting them off into links. This would really help if this damn thing would quit moving around on me. But I don't have it bolted down.
It's easier to do with two people.
Much easier with somebody else holding. All right, I'm going to stop right there. So when I start rolling, it doesn't pinch it off. And it can work its way back. Now, I need to form this a little bit better. Now I'm making them into the links, about 6 inches, 7 inches, which is what average bun size is. Tie the end off and put another section on. All right, well, we finished up with the camera off. You obviously see I was having problems. One person, Lisa, jumped in and she was running the crank, and I could monitor and pull out the casing the way we needed. We got them all set back down to a nice size. They were wrong on how many feet per pound. I still have probably 2 feet casings. So now it's time to go out and fire up the smoker, and we'll throw them in. Okay, we're gonna fire the smoker up. We're gonna run it up to 275 using applewood pellets. And I'm gonna keep the smoke level down to about 3 because I don't want these things to get real smoky. So let's get her going. It's fired up and running. We'll have dirty smoke in the startup procedure for about 6 minutes. Then I'll close the lid and give it another 5-10 minutes. And once it hits 275, we'll put them in and close the lid. I'm looking at hopefully no more than 90 minutes. I'm gonna bring them up to 165. Okay, as you can see, I've got them on this nice rack that I can just set right on the grates. I don't have to worry about individual. You can also see that the links have been straightened out greatly, thanks to Lisa for fixing my mess. So in the meantime, it's about 2 o'clock. They're in the smoker, and I'll come back in about an hour and check on them. I mentioned 165 earlier. I actually need to go to 160, and then I'm gonna put them on the flat top to finish them off. That way I can get a nice little crisp on the skin, and it'll be a good bite through. I'd rather do it on that than do it on cranking the smoker up. This way I can control how I'm gonna roll them and keep a better eye on them. It's been 60 minutes. Let's see how we're doing.
Can you turn it towards me?
Get probably 20 more minutes, and we'll be back out and check, and we should be at the 160 mark. Okay, we gave them another 20 minutes. I just retemped 3 of them, and they're at 160. So it's time to pull them, and the smoker started on the shutdown phase. Okay, we got them done. The extra 20 minutes really helped. Got a good poke through with the temp probe. They're at 160. Now I can go ahead and either finish them on the flat top, or I could do them in a pan, or I could freeze them. I couldn't freeze them raw because I'm not putting preservatives and any other kind of junk in. I want to at least get it to 160. Then if I want to freeze, I can put them in, vacuum seal them, and then take them out at a later date, and all I got to do is reheat them. That's about it for this video and procedure. Obviously, this is my first time doing one. It sounds like there may be some more. Hopefully I'll get better. But the food's damn good. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you again. Hey everybody, apparently there's been some people wanting to know what the finished product looked like. We're going to do that tonight. We're going to cook a couple of them up in the pan with just a little bit of oil in it. They look a little shriveled right now, but they'll be fine once they get cooked up. I'm also going to do some cider braised cabbage and onions. I have the regular chopped up cabbage, some onions that I sliced, a little hard cider, a little mustard, and we'll put that in and let it steam down, and we got a good Irish meal coming up. So hang around. They don't look good now, but once they get heated up and browned a little bit, the skin will tighten back up on them and they'll be picture perfect. Okay, I've got some oil heating up, canola oil in the pan. Now it's time to give a couple minute saute to these onions first. And as you can see, another mess. I'm getting good at this. Okay, our onions have been softening up here in the oil for 4 or 5 minutes. They're about where I want them. Now it's time to add the rest of the ingredients. I have this shredded cabbage or coleslaw mix. Usually I buy a head of cabbage when I'm doing this. I think it's closer to St. Patrick's Day. That's what we'll do. Put that in. Got a little bit of the cider. Yeah, that's probably good. And a little bit of Dijon stone ground mustard. A tablespoon or so. We'll just stir this up a little bit. Get the onions off the bottom. Mix in some of that mustard. Also need a pinch or two of salt. Now I'll put a lid on it, give it about 5 more minutes, let it soften up, and then we'll start braising it up real good. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes with the lid on. It's looking real good. Now we're just going to let it go a little bit longer. Damn, that's hot. I'm going to go a little bit longer, and then we'll get our sausage cooking.
What are you doing?
Didn't want to waste anything. All right, we got them heated up. They look a whole lot better. I got these, actually they're King's Hawaiian sub rolls. That's what I get for not wearing my glasses when I go grocery shopping. I thought they were the rolls, but these will work. I'm going to put a little mustard on it. Let's give it a shot. got my inner Sam coming out. Damn, that's good. So that's what we did.
What's it taste like?
Tastes like Guinness and corned beef. We also have this hard cider braised cabbage. Yep. We're not going hungry tonight. Well, this is what we did with the leftover stuff. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I didn't make too many bloopers. And we'll see you the next time.